exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
The Tom Coughlin J Fund helps local families battling childhood cancer. I'm Donovan Darris from the Donovan Darris Foundation, and you can help right now on 1010XL.
Call 207-7070 now. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
You know, for so many of us, there's a point in our life when giving is actually better than receiving. It takes time. It does, especially with the holidays upon us, right? We all love Christmas morning, and waking up and running to the tree and shredding open presents. But I don't know when it hit me. I honestly don't. Probably a lot of that is when you have your own kids. And that's what today is about, sick kids. And the ability to give, it is rewarding. And it just feels good. And it feels especially good if it's tough to do, if finances have been difficult for you. For so many, this has been a brutal 2024. It has. We hope for better things coming up in 2025. But I'm so honored to be a part of this once again. I mean, 18 years, it's simply incredible, the J Fund. We're a little behind right now. So I feel like we need to put together one of them fourth quarter comebacks, right? 31-3 Florida over Florida State. Here comes Danny Canal with 4 fourth quarter touchdowns. 27-0 LAC. The Chargers are just taking it to the Jags come from behind, win a huge football game. You wouldn't have known it from Al Michaels' call, right? Someone wake up Al and tell him there goes a game-winning field goal. But anyway, it is. It's really special when you can give. And you have been so gracious over the years. I'm not surprised by just how incredibly generous you are, and that continues tonight. I take a lot of pride in this program. I really do. Okay, I moved here a few years ago. We won't get into why, in fact, I'm here. But I get asked all the time, this and that. Are you ever going to go back to that? I'm like, no, I love the nights. I love the nightlife. I just do. I love into the night. I feel like this is a special bond with people maybe getting ready to become third shifters or whatever. And you know how interactive we are on the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. I take a lot of pride in it, and I love it, and I listen to you. No one's more interactive with the listeners here on the home of the Jaguars than I am. So I ask from the bottom of my heart, help out with the J Fund. Help out the sick kids and the families who are desperately in need. Right now, we sit at $192,140. Last hour, the Frangie Hour, a really good one for them. And that's actually the 4 o'clock hour. I'll get the official tab coming up here in just a little bit for what they did 5 to 6. But I'd love to blow it out of the water 6 to 7. I'm looking right now at what we did a year ago, $13,026. Can we beat that tonight? Can we get after it right now? 904-207-7070. That is the number. 904-207-7070. The Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon. You can also text GOLD to 44834. And we'll have a couple of guests here over the next couple of hours. We're also going to keep you updated with everything that's happening in the world of sports. If you have not heard, Trevor Lawrence placed on the injured reserve. I do presume that is for the remainder of the year, right? There are 5 games left. He's got to be on the shelf for at least 4. Certainly, I would recommend, not as though he's asking for my opinion, but with the problems as well, with the non-throwing shoulder, you would think this would be a perfect opportunity to kind of get ahead of it. And if he does need surgery, for that to take place as well, hopefully really soon. So we'll do that, John Oehser, in 1 hour. We'll also check the money. Next hour, we'll go live to Las Vegas and check in with our good buddy Rafael Esparza, who will join us from MyBookie and mybookie.org. Make sure I get this right. Tom, sit here with me for 1 minute, if you would. Tom Champion, who his effort for the J Fund is second to none yearly. We've done this now, 18 years?
17.
17. Okay, I was never good at math, but I was just saying it a minute ago. I think there's a point in our life where I don't know when it happens, but actually giving is better than receiving. And I don't know when it happens. It probably changes for each and every one of us. But this is a huge part of that. And every year, Jacksonville takes it to a new level.
Yeah, for me, that changed when I became a dad.
Yeah.
And to watch your kids get happy and excited. Oh,
and it's the best?
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do.
You just brought something in here. I want you to actually read it because I've been taken back by this. What do you have here?
Well, one of the great things about what's been happening the last few years, and one of the reasons why we've been able to set new records and go over $200,000 and higher some years, is we have people who are offering matching gifts. And most of the time, it's a company, a business. Yeah. Most of them are loyal supporters of 1010XL, regular advertisers who we appreciate so much. Once in a while, we get a family or a husband and wife, and we have here Tom and Cheryl Rackley.
Wow.
They want to match this hour for the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon $10,000.
Wow.
So that puts a big burden on us to get a $10,000 total for this hour.
We can make it $20,000.
Because up to 7 o'clock, they will match $10,000 in gifts to the Tom Coughlin J Fund.
Man, that is thank you so much to Tom and Cheryl Rackley. What an unbelievable donation and their generosity. And again, 904-207-7070 is the number to dial. And
that's the Community First Hope Hub.
Okay.
And we want to thank Community First because this is the first time they have sponsored our call-in line with our volunteers back in the big room.
Okay.
So Community First has been a big help to the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon today.
We're asking for $115 because on average, there's 115 kids each and every year diagnosed with cancer in the Jacksonville area. So let me be crystal clear about this. That's what we would love. Certainly you can donate more, as Tom and Cheryl Rackley just said they would. If we can come up with $10,000 this hour, they're going to match that and make it $20,000. If times are tough and you're like, well, I can only donate $50 or whatever, it's still accepted. Anything that you can do is here to help out the kids for the J Fund Radiothon. But what we are asking is $115. And I know we've had a lot of stories today, a lot of individuals who have been in. I'm going to have a guest here coming up in about 10 minutes. It's a very difficult day when you hear these stories.
Yeah, but we hear a lot of hope, too.
Yeah, we do.
One of the great things about my job with the Radiothon is to sit in with all the storytellers and hear their stories. And it reminds me how much hope there is. And not every story ends well, but so many of them do. And what you see, what Tom Coughlin talked about earlier today, this morning and this afternoon, is the strength of the families and especially the children. And most of the parents, when they're asked about their strength, they will turn to the child and say, the child is stronger than I am.
Oh, it's amazing.
And that's where we get our strength from.
Yeah. How are we doing? You just put up some more numbers, or they're coming here in a minute?
I was about to put up more numbers. great news. We're over 200,000 now.
Oh, wow.
So I have that number on my phone, but it's not been posted yet. But the Frangie Show had a really good final hour, and hopefully Into the Night with Rick Ballou will hit the ground running. And boy, wouldn't it be amazing if we could double that $10,000 match from Tom and Cheryl Rackley. By the way, here's some good news that just came in. Diane and John Fear have donated $1,010.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Who was that again? Diane and John Fear. Thank you very much. The Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon certainly does. Thank you. Tom, great work. Appreciate the update.
Thank you, Rick.
Tom Champion with us. Community First Hope Hub. That is our call line. 904-207-7070. 904-207-7070 on the Community First Hope Hub call line. Again, we're asking for $115. And if we can come up, we need $9,000 now. Okay? If you can come up with $9,000 this hour, it's 6:12. It's now 6:13. Okay? Tom and Cheryl Rackley are going to match that for $10,000. Unbelievable. All right, we got so much to do here over the next couple of hours. It's great to have you with us right here on a Wednesday edition. Again, $115 to the Community First Hope Hub call line. The number is 904-207-7070. Much more to do along with Dylan Denmark. My name is Rick Ballou.
Take your shot at a weekly tailgate combo pack valued at $100 from Southern Steer Butcher.
And monthly winners get a Corona tailgate tent with a cooler, chair, and collectible football.
It's the ultimate tailgate. Enter now at 1010XL.com.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Have you heard? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are aiming to sell 1,000 vehicles this December. How? I've told my team to take all reasonable offers. We won't lose your business over price. With thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the ground, all priced to sell, we guarantee the most money for your trade and the easiest car buying experience ever. I promise we ain't leaving nothing on the table. This is the absolute last weekend. Visit Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We're here to wow you.
Hey, Icken here for Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code JAX, J-A-X, to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code JAX to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, man. Run your game.
Bold City AC, heating that rules.
Is your AC ready for the holidays? Bold City Heating and Air ensures your AC stays in tip-top shape. We know that a clean AC is a healthy AC. Upgrade yours for just $96 a month and enjoy free duct cleanings with your new system. Plus, ask about our 0% financing options.
Bold City AC, we got the crew. Bold City AC.
Visit boldcityac.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Ready to sharpen your aim or find the perfect firearm? Come to St. Nicholas Guns and Range. With a huge selection of guns, ammo, and accessories, plus Jacksonville's best indoor range for every skill level. They've got everything you need to hit your target. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, their friendly experts will guide you every step of the way at 4630 Blanding Boulevard or online at stnickguns.com. St. Nicholas Gun and Range. Gear up, shoot a lot, shoot better.
It's easy to be there for J-Fun families. Text GOLD to 44834 now.
Hacker here. I know I've been sharing my Awaken 180 story for a while now, talking about how much I lost every week, and yeah, that's cool, but I get it, redundant. So let me tell you something that hit me like a freight train the other day. I checked out my Awaken 180 weigh-in portal, and the number just clicked. I started at nearly 320 pounds, and today, my scale read just over 200 pounds. Let that sink in. I'm now lighter than 90% of my buddies. And let me tell you, you, that's a flex I couldn't dream of a year ago. I owe it all to my Awaken 180 coach and to the program set out to work for anyone. It's been absolutely life-changing. Don't just take my word for it. Head over to my Twitter, at RyanGreen1010XL. You'll see the transformation for yourself. But the real transformation, that's how I feel every single day, every step I take, and every morning I wake up. Get that same feeling. Awaken180weightloss.com.
When mice and rats show up in your space, they can be a real pain. You need them out fast before they have time to multiply. Terminix knows how to shut down rodents, and they'll keep them from coming back to wreak more havoc. When rodents show up, so do we. Don't live with a rodent problem. Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com.
Experience the winning combination of style and performance with Renewal by Andersen energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Right now, buy one window or patio door and get one 40% off. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. The first 50 customers get a free True Screen upgrade, but this offer expires December 31st. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
1010XL and the J-Fund thanks Sonny's Barbecue for taking care of today's J-Fund volunteers with dinner. We appreciate Sonny's Barbecue keeping the Community First Hope Hub volunteers and J-Fund staff powered up as they take your calls in support of today's Radiothon.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a peacemaker. Friends, so often we can only want to help people who are in our inner circle. But God never had inner circles. The world was his inner circle, and he's depending on us to make a difference and to leave our mark in this life. So go out today receiving his peace and then sharing it with the world.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
The best golfing weather is upon us, and Hidden Hills Golf Club invites you to enjoy your next round of golf with us. Our welcoming atmosphere and love for golf keep our friends coming back. Check us out at hiddenhillsgc.com. You'll be glad you did.
Holidays are here, and if you're in need of extra cash, Beaches Jewelry and Pawn can help. Gold is at record highs. It's a great time to sell. Bring in your gold for an estimate today. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm Tom Jackson, and I've seen the impact the J-Fund has made on families tackling childhood cancer. Give now and be there for the Tom Coughlin J-Fund.
Call 904-207-7070 now.
Thank you for your support.
All right, we are underway into the night, 20 minutes past 6 o'clock. Updated figures, $210,843. Enormous amount of money, but we're going to pick it up right now. We know this as I get ready to bring on my next guest in just 1 minute. Tom and Cheryl Rackley have said if we can generate $10,000 this hour from 6 till 7, they're going to match it. We're going to take it from 10 large to 20. $20,000. And get this. I get a text from my buddy Chris Morris. Meet him at the front door here. All right. He is with Ionic Lodge. $1,010. My buddy Ken Purcell. All right. $1,010. Zach Ricketts. $1,010. David and Candy Hassel, $1,010. So we're 40% there. We need to continue to get after it. The best way to do it is to call the Community First Hope Hub call line. All right? That's 904-207-7070. If you can donate $1,010, that is absolutely remarkable. We're asking for $115. If you can do that, that is incredibly appreciated. As unfortunate as it is, there's 115 kids a year diagnosed with cancer in our area, so we're asking for $115. Let's go to the phone line right now. Melissa Hollenbacher is someone that you've heard in our airwaves for years. She's been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and she was back in high school, and now she's 30 years of age, and she's got a couple of kids of her own, and she joins Rick Ballou as we go into the night. Marissa, it's always a pleasure to talk with you.
Yes, thanks for having me. I wish I could be there in person this year, but, kids tie you up, that's for sure.
Yes, no doubt about it. You just heard some of the figures that I mentioned as my particular show just began. I know you're not surprised by how generous the great people here in Duval are.
Oh, not at all. Everybody's always generous every year, and definitely even I have seen the impact firsthand, so I appreciate everybody giving, that's for sure.
Take us through, everything that you have, everything that you have gone through when you were diagnosed with the stage 4 cancer in high school. And, that's such a trying time in everyone's life as you're growing up to where you are now at the age of 30 with 2 young kids yourself.
Yeah, so it's crazy what 11 years will bring. So my journey with cancer began in May of 2012. I was 2 weeks shy of graduating high school and a month shy of starting my summer semester at UNF, living on campus and getting to enjoy college life. When unfortunately I was diagnosed with stage 4 alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma, which is a soft tissue cancer. I was told that I had a 30% chance to live. I was also told that I would never run again and that I had about a 50-50 shot at having kids when all was said and done. But the biggest statement that I was told was I needed to be prepared for the roller coaster that I was about to go on because it was going to change my life. And I will say that out of all those 4 statements that my oncology team told me, one of them has stayed true to this day, and it's the fact that cancer has changed my life for probably forever. So I began 54 weeks of chemotherapy on June 13th of 2012. I went through 6 weeks of proton therapy radiation, finished my last treatment on June 17th, 2013. So basically exactly a year. That was about 80-plus nights in the hospital, which is shockingly a lot, but it's actually not as much as most patients. So I feel very fortunate for that. And then I was declared cancer-free in July of 2013. And here I am 11 years later, living out my years of survival. And I will say that I think the best word to describe my 11 years after finishing treatment has been hope. I really feel like I am the definition of what hope can be during treatment, after treatment, and what life looks like after you've conquered cancer. And so in the last 11 years that I have been living my life of surviving, I have conquered 9 marathons, 1 ultra marathon, and 1 being the Boston Marathon. So even though being told that I would never run again, I decided that I would never listen to the doctors, and that was going to be one thing I would disagree with them on. And I'm glad I did because I have crossed many finish lines, and I feel very fortunate for that. I have also, thankfully, to the J Fund in 2015, I crossed another finish line in 2017. I got a scholarship in 15 from the J Fund, and I was able to go to Tallahassee and graduate from Florida State in 2017. And so I crossed that finish line at graduation by, checking off another thing on my list that I did not think was going to be possible. Cancer is very expensive. My parents were very skeptical about me going to Tallahassee just because of how much money we had just spent on treatment and going through all of that. And so luckily with the J Fund scholarship, it gave my parents that little bit of extra cushion they needed to feel comfortable financially with me going there. And so I was very, very fortunate for that. And then I actually graduated from Florida State, came home, and worked at the J Fund for almost 3 years. So I have definitely seen the from diagnosis to recovery and beyond. not only on the patient side, but also as an employee. And I can definitely say that it's been very amazing to be able to see both sides of things, because not only was I helped by the J Fund, but I actually got to help a lot of families too. And then I married my, love of my life, my now husband, in 2019. And on that day, we actually had front and center the J Fund family at my wedding. Judy Coughlin was there, Kelly, Rita, the whole team. They got a standing ovation, and they got a shout out at the beginning of the talk, because they are the reason that I got to get married and see another achievement of mine. And so they all got to be there and enjoy the special day with me. And then, like you mentioned, I have 2 kids. And so, yes, cancer definitely caused me to not be able to get pregnant naturally. However, because I like to beat the odds, I should say, science is incredible. And thanks to IVF, we actually have 2 beautiful babies. Our son is 2.5, and we have an 8-month-old daughter. So I feel like, going back to that word hope, these last 11 years have been just incredible to see what I've been able to accomplish for myself. I'm very proud, not because of what I've done, but just because I know that 11 years ago, I didn't know, actually 12 years ago, technically, when I was diagnosed, that 30% chance of being able to live is very small compared to the percentage of not being able to live. And so I did not think any of those things were possible. And so for me, the last 11 years is really just a beacon of hope of what is possible. But, and please stop me when you need to, but what I will say to that is I did not learn what hope was just, off the side of the street. Me and my accomplishments and where I am today is because of the J Fund. And it'll probably put me to tears saying that, because they are literally the backbone of my story. My parents, my family, obviously, my friends, everybody that surrounded me. But when the J Fund says they're going to be there from diagnosis to recovery and beyond, it is beyond true. When they say they're going to be there for a family, it really doesn't mean just be there. It means a whole lot more. And they are the reason why I found my definition and my beacon of hope, and the reason why I am where I am today. And, when they say diagnosis and recovery to beyond, I was first told of the J Fund the day I was diagnosed with cancer, May 24th, 2012. Walked into Nemours, got a room. Our social worker walked in with the J Fund backpack. We got introduced to them then. And then, of course, during recovery, during treatment, during it all, the J Fund helped me in so many different ways that it's almost, and not even just me, my parents as well, just with anything and everything, the AYA program, the financial assistance my parents got, the parties, everything. And then beyond, as you can see, I'm sitting here 11 years today talking on this show. I feel like I've talked on this show every year, and every year I feel more thankful that I'm still getting the chance to, because this foundation and the family that is behind it, and I don't mean just Coach Coughlin and Kelly, I mean everybody that works at the J Fund, that donates to the J Fund, that volunteers for the J Fund. We're all one big family, and that family does so much for families in need. It's just incredible, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it.
Marissa, what an incredible story. I mean, just phenomenal. For the first time in my life, it's like I almost don't want to talk. I want to hear you continue on. And this really hits close to home, because I'm born and raised in Boston and spent my first 18 years there. And my dad, we'd go to Fenway Park every year and watch towards the end of the marathon, right across the street there from behind Fenway Park. They would always play at 11 o'clock in the morning. On that day. And then when I left at the age of 18, I went to Florida State, and I'm a Florida State graduate. So, there's a lot that we do have in common here. One question I want to ask you, because I know that the J Fund meant everything to you as a patient, and then, you gave up your time and worked with the J Fund as well previously in your life. What about attitude? All right. When you hear something like this, I can imagine people just maybe crawl into a corner and say, my life is over. But it seems to me like your attitude is absolutely spectacular. Hold on just 1 second. Before I do that, I want to throw out the number on the Community First Hope Hub line. That is 904-207-7070, 904-207-7070. But how important was your attitude? And when you visit now with kids who are sick, how much is that a point of your address when you get an opportunity to talk with them?
So, it's funny. One thing my oncologist told me, and I will never forget to this day, is that he looked at me when I was done with treatment, and he said, I hope you know that chemo may have killed the cancer, but your attitude is what led you to survival. And I personally feel like that is probably the biggest thing that any patient can have when battling treatment. For me, it took me, I'm not going to lie, it took me about 5.5 months into treatment to really kick myself in the butt and go, okay, you really need to get up and you need to start smiling. You need to have a happy attitude because nothing's changing. You have 6 or 8 more months of this. And so it was about December time for me. I started treatment in June, like I said, and about December is when I realized that, this sucks. This journey sucks. I don't know what the end result is going to be, but what I do know is that I'm going to make an impact while I'm here, whether at that, the end of treatment or 30, 80 years down the road, who knows? But I knew that at that time I was given a opportunity in life to make an impact on others, and that was very much found through my positive attitude. I like to joke and say it was my bald head, too, because I love being bald. But I definitely think that being bald only looked good because I had a smile on my face all the time. And cancer brings a ton of hard days. There's no doubt about that. It's not that I smiled every day, but what I realized is that the good days very much so outweighed the bad days. And if I could look at it like that, then I was going to be able to come out of this stronger. And so I oftentimes will tell, especially the teenagers, when I was diagnosed, I thought that maybe I would have this easier. But I remember Dr. Sandler looking at me and going, unfortunately, you know what's going on. Those 7, 6, 3-year-olds that are just running around the hospital floor, because I am considered the grandmother on the floor when I was 18 being treated at Wolfson's.
Yeah.
And there are way more young kids than someone can imagine. I didn't know that kids got cancer until I was diagnosed with cancer. And unfortunately, a lot of kids are diagnosed with cancer. Like you said, 115 a year. And when Dr. Sandler looked at me and said, those kids don't have any idea what 30% chance of living means, and you do. And you're going to have a hard time unless you can figure out how to make the most of it. And that's what I did. And I think it's the most important thing that you possibly can do. But what I will say, and what I'll piggyback on what I said earlier, I don't think any of it's possible without the foundations that we have, like the J Fund, because they are the ones that are putting on the parties, bringing activities to the hospital, bringing Coach up there to meet families. Coach Coughlin is probably the biggest impact. Him and Kelly and Rita are they are my, what I would consider I once told Coach I consider him like a grandfather, and he looked at me and about slapped me. And I was like, that's not what I meant, but you know what I mean. And I adore them and I love them dearly, and I very much consider them family, but they are the reason why we as patients and parents and siblings, not just myself, because when a patient's diagnosed with cancer, everyone around them is too. And that's where the J Fund rocks, because they do not miss out on one person in the family. They are making sure that they are going to be there for every single person that has been affected by that kid being diagnosed with cancer.
Outstanding.
Yes, and because of that, that is why we are able to smile through what we are, through what we are going through.
What an incredible story. Let me leave you with this, because we're out of time. I got to hit this break. But Marissa, social media is blowing up as well. I just got this. I'll read it to you. It says, Marissa was our angel. Charles was diagnosed on his birthday in July of 2014, and when she walked into our room at Wolfson's, the room lit up. We love her, Todd, Diane, and everyone at the J Fund.
I love that family. That would be Holly, and I will appreciate every moment she said.
Marissa Hollenbacher, what an unbelievable story. Thank you so much. And are you going to run the marathon next year with the kids?
Actually, I'm getting a hip replacement Tuesday, so hopefully we'll see. Hip replacement, then baby number 3, and then maybe another marathon.
Hey, continued success to you and your young family. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you to everybody that gives. It means so much. You have no idea.
There she goes, Marissa Hollenbacher. What a great story that is. Wow. To fight it the way that she did. Incredibly impressive. We can only ask for your help on the Community First Hope Hub call line, okay? The number is 904-207-6000. 7070. You can text GOLD to 44834. But again, we have plenty of volunteers who are here. And again, the Community First Hope Hub call line is 904-207-7070. I have just been handed this, Dylan Denmark. You're not going to believe what I'm getting ready to announce here. Are you ready?
How big is it?
This comes from the Foshi family. I believe it's Pete, okay, with Cofford Cabinetry. $2,500. $2,500. Thank you so much. This is great. So I'm guessing we're somewhere around $6,000, and it's 37 minutes past 6 o'clock. We have 23 minutes to try to generate $4,000. If we can do that, the great family of Tom and Cheryl Rackley, they are going to match it. If we can get $4,000 more by 7 o'clock to get us to $10,000, they will match it for another $10,000. We're at $210,000 to begin the show. Last year, we hit $265,000. We're $55,000 away from that. But again, if we can get the 4 this hour, okay, that'll get us over $230,000. So the goal is still a reach at this point, but it can happen, and it can only happen with your generosity. And again, we ask you on the Community First Hope Hub call line 904-207-7070. If you want to get to us with some of these $1,010 donations that a lot of folks have come up with, that is just out of this world. We're asking for $115. Okay, 115 kids a year are diagnosed with cancer in Jacksonville, so we're asking for $115. Again, the phone number for you, and thank you to the Community First Hope Hub, their number, or I should say our number here, 904-207-7070. We have 22 minutes to get our goal done for this hour. Much more to do. Good to have you with us.
Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
When Jacksonville needed some late-game magic, they would go to the lucky number 7. Thanks to a 10-play sequence capped off by a 6-yard Brian Thomas Jr. touchdown and a 2-point conversion, the Teal and Black would make the score 23-20 with 3:31 left in the game. The 84-yard drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
Hey, John, I think everyone in Jacksonville is ready to elevate their ride.
Absolutely. At Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville, we have stunning 2024 Escalades and Lyrics in stock right now.
And the great news is you can get a $4,000 Escalade loyalty rebate.
Don't wait for the 2025 models to come in.
Luxury is just a visit away. Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
Not available with some other offers. Must take retail delivery by 10/31/24 plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
This is the Mangler. Years of playing football coupled with lifestyle left my feet mangled with neuropathy. I was experiencing burning, tingling, and numbness. I spoke with 2 foot specialists, and they told me there was no cure. They were wrong. I found Dr. Nate Riddle in Ponte Vedra. After utilizing his neuropathy treatment for only 2 weeks, I noticed a difference in my feet. I was regaining my feeling and balance. If you want relief from nerve pain, call Dr. Nate for a free consultation at Riddle Wellness, 904-395-5598.
1010XL's early high school signing period coverage is shaped by San Jose Collision.
We've got scholarship offers from Auburn and Florida.
Listen all day as our star high school athletes reveal where they plan to play their college ball. Now is a great time to be there for J-Fund families. Text the word GOAL to 44834.
Roland Reich Plumbing. There when you need them. Big or small plumbing problem, call Roland Reich Plumbing anytime at 260-7059. 260-7059, where quality and experience count.
Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to ShinakriDC.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 4th, 1962, in the NFL Draft, running back Ernie Davis, Heisman Trophy winner from Syracuse, was the first overall pick by the Washington Redskins.
It's holiday time at Best Bet St. Augustine and Orange Park. Get ready for thrilling promotions and tournaments all month long. Don't miss the 12 days of Christmas high hands with over $330,000 in payouts and the Clockwork Cash Out Table Games promotion, giving away $300 in cash every 15 minutes on select weekends. Celebrate the season with nonstop excitement at Best Bet. For all the details, head over to bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Storms are part of every season. Make sure you're protected. Call American Electrical to make sure you have the best in surge protection. Don't lose your home electronics to a lightning strike. Call 737-7770 for American Electrical.
Integrity, persistence, and standing up for victims. It's what you want in a personal injury case and what my friend and lawyer Glenn Cohen brings to every case for over 40 years. Call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen & Sullivan.
Now, the Florida State Seminole Report, brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team.
5 Florida State players earned all ACC recognition on Tuesday, led by senior Alex Mastromano as the first-team punter and second-team specialist. Joining Mastromano was senior kicker Ryan Fitzgerald on the second team, while defenders Joshua Farmer, Daryl Jackson Jr., and Azariah Thomas earning honorable mentions. I'm RJ Saunders with your Ag Pro Seminole Report.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Grab your lucky spot on the couch, because traditions make Sunday easy to enjoy. Bud Light, easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch. Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I-9 Sports covers the First Coast with great sports for kids 3 to 17, and winter and spring registration is open right now. New girls volleyball and flag at Duval Charter, plus plenty for boys and girls in Nocatee, too. It's all at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
You've worked hard to have nice things. Protect and enjoy them with a luxury storage unit at The Shed, opening soon in Atlantic Beach. You got to see these places to believe them. What a smart investment out at AB. I can take 10 minutes, but I can't tell you everything. Go to theshedjacks.com or take a tour on Instagram.
This is Dr. James Perry, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
All season long, the common question that everybody has been wanting the answer to is what the effect is inside the locker room with all of the surrounding buzz of the potential coaching changes or organizational changes that the Jaguars are going to make. Here's Walker Little's response to the popular question.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this team's that we've done a really good job all year. I mean, there's been a lot of talk, and I think we've done a really good job of just focusing each week on the next opponent and just win, honestly. I mean, I think everyone on this team just really wants to win. So short answer, no. We have not many discussions at all about coaching changes, about organization changes, anything like that.
I'm Max Fink here with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm Tom Coughlin, founder of the J Fund Foundation, helping local families tackle childhood cancer since 1996. Every year I'm blown away by your generosity, and I'm asking for your help again. Call 904-207-7070 right now with your gift. 904-207-7070. And thank you.
You know, me and my accomplishments and where I am today is because of the J Fund. It'll probably put me to tears saying that because they are literally the backbone of my story. You know, my parents, my family, obviously, my friends, everybody that surrounded me, but When the J Fund says they're going to be there from diagnosis to recovery and beyond, it is beyond true.
Wow. If that didn't get you, then you're made of stone. Thank you, Marissa Hollenbacher. What an incredible story. So happy for her. Young mom now, 2 young ones, and a whole life ahead of her. Thank you to the J Fund. She said it wasn't for them. Who knows? Also, Tom Coughlin at the top. It was really good to see TC a little bit earlier as well, as, of course, he's been inside of our studios today here at 1010 XL in 92.5 FM. We're going to have some Jaguars talk at 7. Okay, John Osher's going to join me. Brief. If you haven't heard, Trevor Lawrence gone for the year, injured reserve. Next up, will he have surgery on the non-throwing shoulder? In the meantime, I'm looking at the latest figures, and I'm a little, I'm a little surprised. We got off to a great start. We had 4 $1,010 donations right out of the gate. And here we are now with 13 minutes remaining. We want to generate $10,000 this hour. The reason why is Tom and Cheryl Rackley have said that they will match it. So if we can come up with 10, 10 becomes 20. We began the show with $210,843, trying to get to $265,000. Heck, I was hoping for $275,000. And that is still in reach, but it's going to take your generosity. Hey, $1,010 is a lot, okay? That is spectacular. We're not asking for that. We're asking for $115. If you can do that, that is out of this world. And go to the Community First Hope Hub call line. Plenty of volunteers are standing by. Best way to get in, 904-207-7070. That is 904-207-7070. And I'm going to get some information here in just a little bit. And hopefully we'll get an opportunity to get a little bit closer to our goal. This is an interesting day. Again, John Osher's going to join us at 7. We'll spend a little bit on the Jaguars. It's also National Letter of Intent Day. Never been a big fan of the early signing period in December. I missed that first Wednesday in February, but I think for the most part, we'll kind of push that back till tomorrow's program, because this is truly one of the great shows, or great days, I should say, on these airwaves each and every year. And you would think it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year for the Jags. It's been a rough year for Florida State. It's been brutal, right? That maybe not as many people would be listening because times are tough. That's not the case. I'm not allowed legally to talk about numbers. I'm just not. But it's not the case. You want it fixed. You want to change for the better. And you hope it's going to happen. The Gators got a late season resurgence, no doubt about it. They had a very good recruiting class today. They flipped, I think, 11 recruits over the last few weeks, and that included today. But this is, and we know how you feel about that. That's your diversion, right? We all have problems, everyday problems, personal problems, professional problems. We all have them. Sports is here to get away from it. That's what's great about sports. It's the diversion from the everyday problem. And when they're not playing well, I know how you feel. You're miserable, and I get it. I don't like walking in here every Monday. I was kidding with Frank and Hayes today and Dylan before the start of the show. I was like, call me 4-20. They're like, what? I'm like, call me 4-20. The Jaguars and Florida State combined have 4 wins and 20 losses. So call me 4-20, which very easily could turn into 4-21 this Sunday in Tennessee.
That's what you did there.
Yeah. And all you can do is just kind of laugh about it. But then all of a sudden, bam! It's like, kids are sick. It's a real serious problem. And that's why the J Fund is here in our 17th year. We've raised more than $1.8 million. You've raised it, our listeners. And again, we are tackling it right now, but we're coming up against it. We are less than 10 minutes away from the 7 o'clock deadline. At last look, I was about $4,000 short of the goal for this hour. Okay. And I'm going to check things here in just one moment. But I do want you, once again, if you can, and we're asking for $115 to donate to the Community First Hope Hub call line. That is 904-207-7070 as the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon does continue during our final hour. Getting a lot of stuff in as well on our text line, including some people taking shots at me for the 4-20 record, which I do think is kind of cool. All right, this has just been handed to me. I've got some updated numbers. Before I do that, let me give you the most important numbers. That's 904-207-7070 on the Community First Hope Hub call-in line. Lori Towers, $1,010. Incredible, Lori. Thank you very, very much. Tucker, who got a hold of me on our text line. Okay, and with Rudolph Israel and Tucker and Ellis Law, $1,010. Tucker, thank you from the bottom of my heart. What an incredible, generous donation you just made. Wait a minute here now. Wait a minute. William Connell, a $5,000 donation by William Connell. William, I got a lump in my throat. This is just spectacular. Thank you. Thank you to all. And we still have 7 minutes this hour. I'll give you the exact figure. Well, I've been handing it now. We just generated this hour with 7 minutes remaining to get us even more. $16,790. You are spectacular, Duval. You outdo yourself every year. And I haven't been smiling an awful lot lately because of the way teams play. But this is so rewarding to just know that you're willing to give back. This is awesome. I mean, this is just, I'm never leaving 6 to 8 at night. That's it. I'm here for the rest of my days. I love the night crew. I love the nightlife. Okay? I love into the night. I feel like we got our own little bond here, 6 to 8, where maybe we push the envelope a little bit. And we're going to push it as well in the 7 o'clock hour. Folks, you've outdone yourself, but we have much more to do. We want to hit our goal of $265,000 from a year ago. We're hoping to get to $275,000. The number on the Community First Hope Hub call-in line is 904-207-7070. All we're asking for is $115. There's 115 kids a year diagnosed with cancer right here in Duval. If you can donate $115, that would be spectacular. Again, the number on the Community First Hope Hub line, 904-207-7070. The 7 o'clock hour with yours truly, Rick Ballou, is coming up in just a minute.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
We're H-A-P-P-Y, H-A-P-P-Y, because Happy Honda Days are here. Everything is bigger. Bigger selection, bigger discounts, bigger trade-in values. Honda, quality, value, safety. Don't miss Happy Honda Days, going on now at your local Honda dealer.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Make your difference now. Text the word GOAL to 44834.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
If you're looking for the best in indoor air quality, I've got the experts to call. Florida Home AC, the official AC provider of the Jaguars, specializing in the best air quality for your home or work with the Remy Halo. Instead of waiting for pollutants to travel through the ductwork to be neutralized, the Halo cell releases friendly oxidizers every time your fan blows air, helping those in your home that suffer from allergies and other respiratory issues. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and start enjoying cool comfort and clean air.
Pickett here with my concierge doctor, Richard Townsend. Doc T, how does a concierge direct primary care operate?
We are a membership-based primary care made directly between a patient and physician. We'll have a limited amount of patients that allows us to give unlimited access and personal service to you. This individualized approach has been shown to lower hospitalizations as well as maintain healthier lives. We also give 24/7 access via phone to me outside of our scheduled office hours.
To learn more, go to mypvconcierge.com.
1010XL and the J-Fund thanks Sonny's Barbecue for taking care of today's J-Fund volunteers with dinner. We appreciate Sonny's Barbecue keeping the Community First Hope Hub volunteers and J-Fund staff powered up as they take your calls in support of today's Radiothon.
This is Chelsea with Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. Here's what people are saying about working with us.
Installers were professional, courteous, and efficient.
Great customer service. On time, explained the process, and walked me through the installation. Amazing team.
Our experience with Renewal by Anderson was outstanding from the beginning to end.
Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com.
License number CGC 1527613.
Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
What is the longest running live radio show? The answer coming up.
With storm season blowing wind and rain, it's even more critical to protect your valuable assets with a policy from Southern Oak Insurance. Ask your agent about Southern Oak today.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The longest running radio program is the Grand Ole Opry, broadcast on WSM radio since 1925, almost 100 years ago.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carline from MyBookie. Our listeners have been killing it in a year full of surprises. MyBookie is the one book that's got your back. No fluff, no second guessing, just straight up action. Does your other sports book pay out when you push on a bet? MyBookie pays you back, and if you're new to the game and not sure where to start, we've got you covered. Step up, use our promo code 1010XL, and that'll double your bankroll with a 100% deposit bonus right from the jump. Here's a pro tip to get you rolling. The NFL teams with powerhouse offensive lines are dominating the run game this year, and betting game total unders has been printing money. Stack that with MyBookie's risk-free Thursdays, so why wait? There's a new risk-free odds boost every Thursday. To find the bet, click on the Bet Boost tab and scroll down. If it hits, you win. If it doesn't, MyBookie refunds your money. Sign up now. Get your double deposit bonus with promo code 1010XL, the best sign-up bonus for Florida bettors. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a peacemaker. Friends, so often we can only want to help people who are in our inner circle. But God never had inner circles. The world was his inner circle, and he's depending on us to make a difference and to leave our mark in this life. So go out today receiving his peace and then sharing it with the world.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
The team at Hidden Hills Golf Club invites you to book your next round of golf with us. At Hidden Hills, we love the game, and we'll provide you with a memorable golf experience at one of the most unique golf courses in North Florida. Check us out at hiddenhillsgc.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
The Tom Coughlin J Fund helps local families battling cancer. I'm Mark Burnell, and you can make a difference right now on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
This is Tom Coughlin. Please be there for these kids and their families by donating today.
Call 207-7070 now.
Thank you for your support.
Shoot, baby, shoot.
That's more like it. Something that is on my Walkman. Hour number 2 of Rick Ballou, the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon continues. We are asking for $115. We have a goal set this hour, which I'm going to tell you about. Call the Community First Hope Hub line, which is 904-207-7070. And Window World of Northeast Florida, they love supporting the J Fund and the families that serve in our community. They install energy-efficient windows, doors, siding, and more for Northeast Florida's homeowners, increasing curb appeal, improving efficiency, and enhancing quality of life one home at a time. Listen to what they have done for the 7 o'clock hour. They're putting down $6,000 until 8 o'clock. If we can match it, we can come up with $6,000, we'll make it 12. And again, we've got an hour to do that. Your best bet, just go to the phone line, 904-207-7070, the Community First Hope Hub call-in line, 904-207-7070. Now, I have a little bit of information before we bring in our next guest, John Osher. In the 6 o'clock hour, we raised $20,320. Woo! $20,000. And another $10,000 came into play. And, well, before we get to that, our total now is $241,163, which is simply amazing. I mean, that is just incredible. Yep. Scobie just came in with 1010. What happened to the piece of paper earlier that we had for last hour with $10,000? I wanted to reference them once again because they made the $20,000 donation go up to $30,000. I mean, what an absolutely phenomenal hour. Yes, thank you to Tom and Cheryl Rackley. They gave us that opportunity in hour number 1 that if we could come up with $10,000 of a donation, they would match it. Again, you overdid yourself. $20,000 in the 6 o'clock hour, and they matched the 10, so that's $30,000. We're asking this hour as well to be as big. $6,000 is what we hope we come up with. If that is the case, that'll be matched, as I just told you one moment ago. And what an incredible day this continues to be. Window World of Northeast Florida will match it for $6,000. Just call 207-7070. Folks standing by right now, 904-207-7070.
Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line. Hello. We can wiggle it.
All right, John Osher, senior writer, Jaguars.com. I know you're in here a little bit earlier today. We talk with you every year, it seems like, during the J Fund, because we do it on a Wednesday. John, always a special day here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, it really is. It's terrific. And, I don't say this to make it sound like I have any connection to it or have been a part of it. But I remember when Tom first started this back in 95, 96, and I remember Pete Prisco did a big story for the Times-Union on it, about his relationship with Jay, and different media outlets did the same story, right? Mm-hmm. But just thinking about, that's 30 or it's going on 30 years of it now, and so many athletes do foundations, and they're all started with good intent. But to do it this long And with this sort of impact and the energy that Tom, the people involved have always put into it, the sincerity of it, and what's always been remarkable, and everybody who listens to these shows knows, the amount of money that goes to it based on what you put in. An incredible amount of that money goes to the kids.
Yeah.
Not to salaries, not to marketing, not to whatever. So it's one of the purest, most efficient, heartfelt foundations I've ever seen, and always a credit to Kelly and Tom and everybody who has part of it.
Glad you said that. There's almost zero overhead. I mean, everything that is donated, it goes.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, it goes to the charity. Some of these charities, I hate to call anyone out, but some of them can be a little sideways on you, where they got a ton of employees who make pretty good buck. That's not the case here. They're all volunteers, and it all goes to charity. All right, John, this will be kind of a brief conversation that we're going to have tonight because of where we are with the J Fund. But Trevor Lawrence, the IR today. So let's get right to it. I'm under the impression that his second non-throwing shoulder operation is going to happen in the last 4 years. If that's the case, you kind of hope it happens next week.
Yeah, my impression of that, I would think it would. I don't have inside information on that, but logic would tell you that. From what I had been told, heard, et cetera, that as long as that got done right after the season, that there was not a whole lot of concern that it was going to push and affect OTAs, which are, or whatever the training is, by mid-April. But logic would tell you err on the side of getting it done fairly quickly. Why not at this point? Just sort of calm everything down and get everything right as quickly as possible. So I hadn't, with this week, I've not had a chance to talk to anybody about when that might happen. They may not even know when it's going to happen yet. But yeah, at this point, get him healthy and feeling right going into next year. Because Rick, he's been hurt a lot. I mean, 7 times since the Detroit game in 22, he's either left or been affected by injury. So he needs to get healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And, I mean, he's going to enter year 5. He's going to be coming into really the prime of his career. He'll turn 26 years of age. I mean, quarterbacks can last deep into their 30s, even 40 nowadays. But it's going to be a very interesting offseason. I think we're all certainly aware of that. Hey, I'll let you go with this. You always hear that guys are never going to quit because the film doesn't lie. But what did you make of the Jaguars, the 2 late fourth quarter drives that Mac Jones was able to put together?
Well, it was interesting. You never know when players are telling you. You've talked to a million players, as I have, Rick, and they're all going to say they're not quitting, right? But I had Evan Ingram on the Ozone podcast today, and he kind of said it like this. He said, "Hey, we're not going to quit." And he said the reason he knows, he said he's been around teams that had happened, and it hasn't happened yet. And there was a sincerity to it, and that he didn't have to say it in the way he said it. But he said, "I've been around teams that have quit. This team's not quitting." So I guess all you can do is sort of trust the guys you've been around. I've been around them for 2 or 3 years now. I don't think he would go out of his way to say it. I think he would have just avoided the question. So far, except for Detroit, which I think maybe Detroit's just a lot better than they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I don't sense that's going to happen. I guess a lot of fans would be saying, well, so what, John? They're 2-10. But I think there is still a lot of fight. These guys believe each other. They want to win. We'll see if they can.
John, have a great rest of the week. Appreciate the time as always. See you soon.
Yeah, Rick, good luck with tonight. Keep it going. Appreciate it.
Thank you. John Osher, senior writer, Jaguars.com. Great stuff there. Yeah, I don't want to get away from our goal tonight, and that is to raise, as much money as we possibly can. Latest figures are in $241,163. You'd really have to stand on your head, hockey term, in order to make this work in the final hour. But I would never doubt the listeners here in Duval. Quick shout out to Window World of Northeast Florida. They are standing on their head right now because they're getting ready to donate $6,000 up until 8 o'clock. We have to hit the 6. Okay? Now, last hour was spectacular. And I almost feel like I don't want to mention those figures anymore. So you're like, oh, they've done their part. No. Traditionally, the numbers have really dropped off in this hour. As a matter of fact, I'm looking last year, we only made $6,600 this hour. My gosh, man. That's almost embarrassing. I know that people getting ready for the third shift, people getting fired up. It's a Wednesday night. I mean, it's time right now, this hour. All right? 207-7070. That is the number to dial in. We're only asking for $115. Can you believe there's 115 kids a year on average that are diagnosed with cancer right here in Jacksonville? That is absolutely petrifying. No doubt about it. But, again, and I do want to thank everyone who is involved in this today. It has been sensational so far. The Community First Hope Hub call line is 904-207-7070. You can also text GOAL to 44834, and we will continue with this up until 8 o'clock. But, yeah, I mean, the way that the trends have gone over the last few years, it does dip a little bit in this hour. I'd love to shock the folks and can turn that around completely if we are able to make that happen here this hour. All right, we're going to have another guest coming up this hour as well. Going to talk with the Scarberry family, both Troy and Kendra. Oh, boy. 4-year-old Lily with leukemia. Just imagine that. Just imagine what that must be like. Is there anything worse than when your kids are sick? Even when they're babies and they can't explain anything to you. And, you know, I think every dad out there, and I can't speak for moms, but you'd much rather be sick. You'd much rather have it on yourself. Imagine having a 4-year-old, and we're going to learn about this story. And, you know, I don't know much about it. There have been times where people have come in here and they've had a happy ending. There's been times where it hasn't worked out. You know, that's the sad part of it. And that's why we're raising money during our 17th annual Radiothon to help out. And there's so many different ways to help out. Yeah, I didn't even get into it with our first guest. A lot of families, both the mom and dad work, right? Well, if you got a sick child and you need to be with him or her at the hospital, or maybe they even come back home, you've got to be there with them. There goes one of your paychecks. So the money to help these families out is just incredible. And your generosity is absolutely sensational. So that'll be on the other side. Again, we're asking for $115. 904-207-7070. 904-207-7070. The Community First Hope Hub call-in line. Dylan Denmark is here. My name is Rick Ballou. With you tonight till 8 o'clock, then Hacker Nation will join you. Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to ShinatriDC.com.
Help fight skin cancer by playing golf at the Hit 'em Straight Golf Tournament December 30th at Queens Harbor for a day of food and fun while raising money for the Melanoma Research Foundation. To sign up, call 904-507-1401.
I'm Chris Campione. In a world of big box law firms with satellite offices, there's something special about having a local legal team that cares about you and your community. We're not just lawyers, we're your neighbors. We understand the unique challenges facing the Jacksonville community because we live here too. At Campione Law, Campione Cares isn't just a tagline, it's our commitment to you. Campione Law, your trusted lawyers after an accident. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
give to Tom Coughlin's J Fund, text the word GOLD to 44834 now.
Get off the ladder and put on the helmet with Gutter Helmet of North Florida. We are family owned and manufactured locally. Cleaning your gutters is a dangerous and dirty job. That's why with Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. Water goes in your gutters while trash and debris go on the ground. It won't collect like filters do. Gutter Helmet protects. Call now for 10% off and a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with your purchase of Gutter Helmet. Call 904-762-7779.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 4th, 1962, in the NFL Draft, running back Ernie Davis, Heisman Trophy winner from Syracuse, was the first overall pick by the Washington Redskins.
Once-in-a-lifetime savings.
No corporate jeweler does that.
Beard's Diamonds does. Save up to 44% off store-wide.
Now extended until December 24th.
Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center or beardsdiamonds.com.
Joe C. for Blossman Gas. They've been providing hometown service and the comforts of propane to home and businesses since 1951. Imagine movie night spent around glowing gas fireplace logs, cookouts in the backyard with your propane grill, or laundry done faster with your gas dryer. Blossman has a wide variety of gas appliances to fit your needs. Propane delivery, gas appliances, and a full-service team. Blossman Gas is your local company for everything propane. Blossman Gas, log on, blossmangas.com, and check out the Blossman difference.
1010XL's early high school signing period coverage is shaped by San Jose Collision.
I want you to go celebrate. Feel good about yourself tonight, okay? Come on!
Listen all day as our star high school athletes reveal where they plan to play their college ball.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body. For as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete.
From Gatorade Zero to Gatorade Endurance Formula and Gator Light, there's something for every athlete. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Gatorade, official partner of the NFL.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Bank in the 2024 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards, and it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Bold City Brewery invites you to celebrate Dubs and Duval all season long with a cold pint. Enjoy all their beer, seltzer, ciders by logging on to boldcitybrewery.com. Head to the production house on Roselle Street in Riverside or Bold City downtown and be bold.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Want to show your kids something really cool? Take them by the Kuhn Flowers window display on Beach Boulevard. 1010XL's RJ Saunders here, and there's no better way to introduce your kids to Kuhn Flowers. For over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Hi, I'm Ed Werder from ESPN, and the Tom Coughlin J Fund helps local families battling childhood cancer, and you can help right now on 1010XL.
Call 904-207-7070 now.
All right, we do welcome you back. Good to have you with us. My name is Rick Ballou with you tonight till 8. Our 17th annual Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon is going on this hour. Well, a $6,000 match has been pledged by the good folks over at Window World of Northeast Florida. They will donate $6,000 if we can raise $6,000. So if we're able to do that up until 8 o'clock, we're asking for $115, and you can do that by dialing 904-207-7070. It's the Community First Hope Hub call-in line. In our 6 o'clock hour, we received a lot of $1,010 donations, which was just spectacular. We had $20,320 in that hour, plus a $10,000 match. It's more than $30,000. That is just off the chart. But we have another hour to go. And again, the number, 904-207-7070. Let's bring in we got a family here, and this is awesome. It is. We have the 4-year-old Lily, who's all fired up for Christmas. She just told me that. She's with her mom, Kendra. It's the Scarberry family, where the husband is at home with a few of the kids, and Andrew is here as well. But let's welcome in Kendra first, the mom. How are you?
We're doing good.
Yeah. You got a precious little 4-year-old there on your lap. How is she doing? That's the most important question. I unfortunately read here she's battling with leukemia.
Yeah. Right now she's doing good. She gets to ring the bell in February. We're almost done.
Right.
So she was diagnosed 1 week before her second birthday.
Ooh.
With T-cell leukemia.
Mm-hmm.
And, just been battling it ever since.
Yeah, I was saying a little bit earlier that I think one of the rough deals when you're a mom or dad is when kids aren't old enough to speak or whatever, and they're sick and you don't know what's going on. When were you able to understand that it was more than just a cold or something along those lines?
So, something that I've learned ever since she was diagnosed with leukemia is it presents differently in every child. There are some telltale signs with rashes or whatnot, but with Lilith, her neck got really, really swollen.
Mm-hmm.
And this was October 1st of 2022. She was feeling just fine. She was acting just fine. Looking back on it now, I could see pictures from a couple days before where her neck was swollen, and we didn't notice it. It wasn't until we fought for 20 days, taking her back and forth to the hospital. Right. They were doing her blood. They were sitting there saying, maybe it's an infection. Her lymph nodes are swollen. Maybe she got an infection for something, but her white cell count wasn't high, whatever. But it just wasn't, we caught it super, super early. So it wasn't, the cancer cells hadn't circulated through her blood system enough for them to be able to pick it up. So with her, it was, just the swollen neck, and it didn't impede her eating, drinking, or anything like that at first. And then it slowly progressed into, she didn't want anything but Happy Meal or McDonald's French fries. And then she started getting really lethargic.
Yeah.
And she was always good with taking meds before, but then it got to the point to where she didn't want to take any medication. She was fighting me. So Tylenol, whatever, the ER prescribed. So it progressively got worse, where I think a lot of families find out, they don't get to watch that downcline, the decline in health, where I noticed that something was wrong. We took her in immediately. We were told everything was fine. And then me having to keep going back for 20 days before it finally registered in her blood that she had leukemia. So it was just that steady decline of, first she was tired, then it was not eating, and then it was, fussy. And so, and yeah, with her not being able to say, I'm not feeling good, she didn't understand what was going on. We can't understand her,
No.
So I have 4 children. She's my youngest. She's my only girl. And I don't, we've never had childhood cancer, but I've never had anybody close. All my great-grandparents died of cancer before I was born or shortly thereafter. So I've never experienced cancer. So we didn't know.
So what goes on with the 3 older brothers here and your husband? I can only imagine what that must have been like when you were told about this.
So yeah, when she was diagnosed, my 3 older kids were with my mother. It's just me, obviously my husband and my mom, or my children, and then my parents. My mom and dad live in Jacksonville. All of our family, both sides, are from California. Okay. We're military. At the time that she was diagnosed, my husband was stationed in Pensacola, It was during the middle of the week, and he was in Pensacola.
Mm-hmm.
And I had told him something. No, she's getting worse. I have to take her to Wolfson's. And so when we got the diagnosis, I called him, and I'm like, you need to come home. She's got cancer. And so my mom was watching my 3 other children, and he drove from Pensacola in the middle of the night to come back home. And yeah, it's just, kind of having to put them on the back burner for the moment to figure out what's going on with her, next steps of her. She was in the hospital for about a week and a half when she was first diagnosed, and a lot of time with grandparents.
Yeah.
They didn't understand. They didn't get what was going on. So it was really, really difficult to have to try to navigate what this now means for our life.
Listening to Kendra Scarberry. She's here with her 4-year-old daughter, Lily, battling through acute leukemia. And we are in the midst of our J-Fund Radiothon, our 17th year. Really need donations this hour to hit our goal of 265,000. We're about 20 some odd thousand below that at this particular time. The best way to reach us is on the Community First Hope Hub call-in line, 904-207-7070. We're only asking for $115. The average a year here in Jacksonville is 115 kids diagnosed with cancer yearly. So we're asking for $115. If you can donate, it is appreciated. 904-207-7070. All right, Kendra, let's enter the J-Fund now. When did you first discover the J-Fund, and how did they help out you and your family?
So we were introduced to them the first week stay, from the child life providers in the hospital. And they just kind of reached out to us and let us know, like, this is, what they're about. They help with financial assistance and financial coaching, whatever we needed at the time. And at the time, I'm like, well, we don't need anything. We're fine. It is what it is. And so we didn't reach out to the J-Fund personally until about a month and a half in, when it was like, I work at the hospital, so I had to just walk away from my job.
Yes.
So we went from a very well-established, successful, comfortable 2-income family to drastically a 1-income family with 4 children, a mortgage, car payments, the works. And so, yeah, I started reaching out just for them, just little things, just for them to help with our mortgage payment. Our mortgage payment is just such a huge chunk of our expenses, like most people, that as long as the mortgage payment was paid, I knew that we could afford food that day or that month, and other little things could be met.
Mm-hmm.
So they started paying for our mortgage, so that gave me a couple of months of relief. So that was one big ticket thing that I didn't have to worry about, and we wouldn't have had to lose our house.
Right.
They've also given us gift cards. So, for the month, we didn't have to worry about how we were going to find money for gas to go back and forth to the hospital.
Right.
Grocery gift cards. So when she gets into her moods with, on chemo, one minute she loves mac and cheese and that's all she eats for a week. And then the next minute she won't eat it at all. So now we have to rearrange our whole entire meal plan to suit her taste buds and her needs, and not having disposable money on hand. So they did gift cards. We've done a lot of meal prepping where we get meals either delivered to the house or an organization close by. We can go and get meals that are already pre-prepped, and we just have to either oven them or microwave them. They've done things for the kids, the older kids, or more of her siblings, not just older kids, but of a holiday party, a Valentine's Day party. She went and seen Frozen. So just things to make us forget for a second that we're not, one of these families in this, god-awful club that we were enrolled into without our permission. For just a second, we can act like a normal family and forget for a minute that she has cancer. She's had a lot more better days than not. So that's comforting to know. But just in the rough times, it was nice to know that, we got a break. We didn't have to think about how am I going to afford this? What am I not going to have to pay to cover this expense? The kids get to go to Surge or Urban Air for a little bit and enjoy being children. My older kids are stripped from so many things, from, not being able to play soccer or baseball like they wanted to, being enrolled in mathletes and being able to compete in their middle school, but it conflicts with her chemo, or if she's sick, we got to figure out, so this gives the J-Fund gives a little sense of normalcy.
Yeah.
to where if we need help, whether it's the financial coaching to help us, navigate through all these extra expenses or just the expenses that we need to meet from day to day and not having the income that we did abruptly, and nothing else is getting done. It's not like I can just go and get another job. I have to stay home and take care of her or the doctor's appointment. So just the financial coaching, the wellness, and, I got severe depression after this. One of my other sons got severe depression. So learning how to navigate through that, know our feelings, we know that we have help. We know that, somebody's just a phone call or an email away saying, we need assistance, we need coaching, we need this, we need that, and it was never well, let's see what we can do. We know people, we've got people, we're here to help. So that was comforting to know. And especially being somebody that's out of place, we're not from Florida. We don't have a lot of family like a lot of, established people are here. All of my family is on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that the J Fund is my family and I can just reach out and say, we need help.
That's wonderful to hear. I'm glad you mentioned her brothers, because obviously when someone's sick, other family members are forgotten because of the attention. And I know that's always been a big part of what the J Fund has done, is to help everyone out within the family. All right. She certainly looks energetic right now here tonight. So I take it she's feeling better.
Yes.
And that's 4-year-old Lily. How you doing, Lily? You doing okay?
Are you going to talk now?
Yeah.
You getting excited for Christmas, Santa Claus?
Mm-hmm.
Were you a good girl this year? Mom, was she a good girl this year?
She was a great girl.
She was. How about your brothers? Are they getting excited?
Yeah.
All right. Just update us before we leave, Kendra. What's next for the 4-year-old here as far as her battle back?
She's got a couple more little things to do. She does another spinal infusion, her last spinal infusion of chemotherapy, at the end of February, and then or the middle of February, February 13th, her port comes out.
Okay.
And she's done with treatment. She gets to ring the bell, and then just every month do a follow up, and then it goes to every 3 months, and then every 6 months.
Yeah.
But I mean, she'll forever see the Wolfson's clinic, until she's over 18, with just doing routine checkups. So we are almost there. So she's been fighting cancer for more of her life than she was without cancer.
Wow. I wish you the best. I really do. It sounds like you're on the right track, and I know it could have been very easy for you to just be home tonight, but you came in here to share your story and to hopefully raise more money here for the Tom Coughlin J Fund. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. There they go. What a great family. It's Troy and Kendra Scarberry. Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Lily. You have a Merry Christmas. And that is a 4-year-old Lily who is really just precious and battling through leukemia. So that is what you have. And that is why we do this, to help her and to help these families. And right now we're really down numbers-wise. I would like to be able to pick that up if we could. We've only got 25 minutes remaining this hour. The phone number is 904-207-7070, 904-207-7070 on the Community First Hope Hub call-in line. You can also text 44834, actually text GOAL to 44834. And, Window World of Northeast Florida has put out $6,000. If we can come up with $6,000 this hour, they're going to match that to make it 12. So, we're asking for $115. If you can do that, that's fine. Anything is acceptable, and everything helps. All right, we've had some spectacular donations today. I mean, just massive. $10,000, $5,000. A lot of $1,010 supporting 1010. But anything that you can donate, and we understand it's a tough year for many of you out there. I'm just telling you, it is incredibly appreciated. So the number to get in, 904-207-7070. That's the Community First Hope Hub call-in line at 904-207-7070. Much more to do tonight. Take you up until 8 o'clock.
1010XL's early high school signing period coverage is shaped by San Jose Collision.
We've got scholarship offers from Auburn and Florida.
Listen all day as our star high school athletes reveal where they plan to play their college ball.
Ever wonder how you can transform your living spaces into captivating works of art? At First Coast Lighting and Fans, they offer a huge selection of high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Visit their showroom on Phillips Highway at the Avenues and step into a world of quality without compromise. Discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes and let them help you experience the transformation from average to extraordinary. At First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. There's nothing like the ambiance of a custom-built fireplace. The team at CSS can design and install the perfect setup, including wood, gas, and electric models, whether you want the elegance of an indoor fireplace or the warmth of an outdoor fire pit. You dream it, they build it. Visit their showroom or online at cssfireplaces.com.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
Your pipes are leaking, don't get nervous. Fa la 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 la. Call Roll and Reach for same-day service. Fa la 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 la. He guarantees your satisfaction. Fa la 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 la. Call Roland and he'll spring into action. Fa la 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 la. This holiday season, if you have a leak and can't wait a week, dial 904-260-7059. And from the Roll and Reach family to yours, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
It's easy to be there for J-Fun families. Text GOLD to 44834 now.
Mia here. Since 1982, Closets by Design has specialized in creating dream spaces for every budget. My designer, Frances, made the process so easy. She came to my house and designed a walk-in closet that's not only beautiful, but also incredibly functional for me and old Beau Valentine. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation at 800-293-3744. Hey, and if you mention Mia or Helmets and Heels, you'll qualify for free base molding. Call today or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Come to Monahan Jewelers' 47th annual holiday sale now with up to 30% off GIA certified diamonds and up to 40% off our entire store. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. We're not a big box store. We're your local family jeweler with an amazing hand-picked inventory for every budget, and with interest-free financing, enjoy beautiful jewelry with a low monthly payment. Support your local family jeweler this Christmas with up to 40% off our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, open 7 days a week in December.
Mia here. When it comes to roofing, whether it be shingles, metal, or most repairs, there is one name that has protected your home since 1999. Pro-Jax Roofing. Serving all of Northeast Florida, Mike and his guys have been repairing and replacing roofs for 25 years. Need insurance help? Mike's team can help. Raised in a military family, Mike provides great attention to detail with unparalleled quality and workmanship. They also have warranties, so you can have peace of mind. Call Mike today for a free estimate or online at projaxroofingfl.com.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
David here with Royal Pest Services. Here's a special message from our president.
Thanks, David. This is Jordan Harrington, president of Royal Pest Services. We'd like to thank everyone who has trusted Royal Pest for their pest control needs this year. Wishing all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the Royal Pest family.
Hey folks, Dave Binion here with Zero Res. At Zero Res, we love rugs. We will treat your fine Oriental rugs with the tender and loving care they deserve. Gerard, the Zero Res rug manager, is one of the few certified master rug cleaners in Florida. If you want your rugs cleaned with tender loving care, call Zero Res. Right now, get your rugs washed and we will give you 25% off. Zero Res, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm Tom Coughlin, and welcome to the J-Fund Radiothon on 1010XL. Please be there for these kids and their families tackling childhood cancer by giving today. Call 207-7070 right now.
You know, my older kids are stripped from so many things, from not being able to play soccer or baseball like they wanted to, being enrolled in mathletes and being able to compete in their middle school, but it conflicts with her chemo, or if she's sick, we got to figure out, so this gives the J Fund gives a little sense of normalcy.
Well, that was pretty spectacular. Thank you to Kendra Scarberry for joining us a couple of moments ago, and her 4-year-old who's in here, who looks just incredible considering she's been battling cancer, battling leukemia. But it feels like brighter days are ahead. And imagine that at the age of 4, she's been dealing with this for more than half of her life. It's just absolutely petrifying. But that is what has been going on here tonight. All right, we've got less than 20 minutes to go, and we knocked it completely out of the yard in our first hour. We've hit a couple of singles here in our final hour, so I'm going to ask you if you can donate to please do that right now. And we're asking for $115. There's on average 115 kids a year diagnosed with cancer in Jacksonville. The phone number on the Community First Hope Hub call-in line is 904-207-7070. And again, Window World of Northeast Florida has said that they're going to match $6,000. We can come up with $6,000 this hour. They'll match that and make it 12. But I got this to tell you. We hit $20,000 last hour. It was a middle-in fastball, about 84 miles. It was like Chan-Ho Park to Cal Ripken Jr. in the All-Star game. The ball had absolutely no movement to it. And you in Duval just knocked it out of the yard. We also got a $10,000 match to make it $30,000. We're really lagging this hour. So we need to pick that up. And again, anything that you can donate is appreciated here to the Tom Coughlin Radiothon. The number is 904-207-7070. 904-207-7070. Let's check in with our good buddy Rafael Esparza.
Another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it.
All right, abbreviated edition with our good friend because of our Radiothon, but I just want to get some quick info on a couple of these big games coming up on this championship Saturday. Rafael, how you been?
I am doing well. How about yourself?
Everything's great. We're raising money here tonight. We do it yearly. It's our 17th annual Radiothon here supporting the Tom Coughlin J Fund. So I'm only going to keep you a minute. Let's get straight to the SEC championship game. Where has the money gone so far in the rematch for Georgia and Texas?
It's been Texas. Texas opened up 2. It's about anywhere between 2.5. A couple books actually have 3. I would not be shocked if we move it to 3. I think everyone's just betting Texas because, face it, Georgia has not played well. They should have lost it against Georgia Tech. And people forget they struggled against UMass.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. Alabama yesterday went from like plus 100 to minus 168 hours before the college football playoff rankings came out. Who leaked that?
I don't know if it was leaked. I just think we should just call it the College Football Playoff SEC Invitational. There's no way they were going to let Alabama out because of the money that Alabama will bring in. So I don't think it was a leak. It's not like we took heavy action. I talked to multiple books. They didn't take any heavy action on it. It's just called the SEC Invitational Tournament.
All right, a lot of Blue Bloods playing Saturday. Then you enter SMU. Still a lot of people trying to figure out this team. I've watched them up and close and personally this year. How's the money been on Clemson SMU?
Clemson opened up the small favorite, and now SMU's 2.5. I think SMU, even if Clemson wins, I still think SMU gets in. I think that's the only way the ACC gets 2 teams in, but I like SMU in a spot.
All right, Rafael, much more next week. Leave us with the very latest. What's going on at mybookie.org?
It's conference championships in college football. We have UFC 310, and we have NFL that has 6 teams on a bye week on December 8th. It drives me crazy, but it's a fun weekend here in football over at MyBookie.
There you go. Rafael, always a pleasure. Much more next Wednesday. Thank you, sir.
Take it easy.
There you go. Rafael Esparza.
The cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
And the big story today is Trevor Lawrence placed on the injured reserve. It's not season ending, but it probably is. I mean, there's 5 games remaining. He goes on for at least 4, and now the talk is surgery on the non-throwing shoulder. If he needs it, you would like him to have it now. The sooner the better, right? Because there's going to be a very long period of rehabilitation and treatment. Remember, this will be his second operation. He had one coming out of Clemson, and this is the non-throwing shoulder, but obviously he's in the concussion protocol, so he's battling with a lot of different injuries, and that is problematic right now. For the Jaguars, they are an underdog as they head to Tennessee to play this weekend. Much more on that during tomorrow night's show. Much more on signing day that occurred earlier as well. A lot of flips, a lot of changes now within the world of the NIL. All of that coming up tomorrow night. All right, that leaves us with about 13 minutes to go, and I'll actually be off the air in about, 6 or 7 minutes there, Dylan?
Yeah, we go off the air. It's about 53.
Okay, so we're going to be down here in 6 minutes. So we just have a little bit of time. Come sit down here and update us. Let's bring it. I mean, Tom Champion puts in just yeoman's work. First thing in the morning, still with us here to almost 9. Well, let me remind you, we got a few minutes left. 904-207-7070, 904-207-7070 on the Community First Hope Hub. Call-in line. We're asking for $115. You got about 10 minutes to do it. Give us the very latest, Tom. What's going on?
We have a beautiful gift from Tom Anderson,
Okay.
$1,010.
Mm-hmm.
And that contributes to our hour total so far.
Yep.
The first 45 minutes of this hour, $4,330.
Ooh, so we haven't even hit the $6,000 match that we desperately need. Brought to you by the good folks at Window World of Northeast Florida.
Let's get another $2,000 before 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we need another $2,000 here in the next 12 minutes. Anything helps at 904-207-7070, 904-207-7070. At last look, we were $241,163. That is well short of the $275,000 that
But Rick, I want to tell you a little secret.
Okay.
All day we've been saying the Community First Hope Hub,
Mm-hmm.
and Community First, by sponsoring our phone bank, has written a check of $25,000.
Oh my gosh! So we're really close to it.
You can add that to the total. So right now, if you take the $241,000 we started this hour with and just add the 25 from Community First, that is $266,000. Is that math right?
Wow! So we're about $9,000 away from our goal.
Last year,
Mm-hmm.
the record total that our listeners, our friends, set last year was $268,000 plus a couple $100. So if we can get over $268,000 by the end, now we still have Hacker too.
Yeah,
Hacker's on till 10.
Yeah,
so we could beat that $268,000 tonight.
All right.
The first step, though, is let's get another $2,000 so we can get the Window World of Northeast Florida match.
We got to get that. We have only 10 minutes remaining. Again, the number is 904-207-7070. Anything you can donate is absolutely appreciated. We're asking for $115, all right, because that is the average of the amount of kids who are stricken with cancer each and every year here in Duval. But certainly anything that you can donate, and we're really up against it now. Again, the number is 904-207-7070. It's been a long day for you. I know always a very rewarding day for you, Tom Champion.
It is one of the most rewarding days of the year. And it's one day that I probably wouldn't trade.
No.
You know? It's one of those days where you're either all in or it wipes you out. And And I'm all in, and it energizes me.
It's tough to fake this. Yeah. If you can pull this off, I mean, if it doesn't affect it, and, we just had a family in here with a 4-year-old with leukemia. It just breaks your heart. But
who was bouncing around.
I know. Hopefully
full
better
of
days.
In life.
Yeah, coming up
Joy.
ahead there for Lily Scarberry. But it was great to see the whole or most of the family in here. But appreciate your help as always. I know you do just incredible work on this, and I know it means an awful lot to you.
Well, it means a lot to me to be able to be with all these wonderful people at the J Fund and the volunteers and the families who come in.
Yeah.
That's a gift to be able to work with them.
No doubt about it. All right, we've got about 8 minutes to go. And really, we're still in need of almost $2,000 in order to get a $6,000 match from Window World of Northeast Florida. So once again, on the Community First Hope Hub call-in line, 904-207-7070. That is the number, 904-207-7070. I do want to thank the Scarberry family for coming in here and joining us. I certainly enjoyed the conversation with them a little bit earlier. Let me see here. Also want to thank Marissa Hollenbacher. That was enjoyable. If you had an opportunity to hear from her, 30-year-old with 2 kids who's battled through stage 4 cancer. All right, that's it. We got about 7 minutes left here. So let me give you the number for the final time. Donate what you can. It is absolutely appreciated. 904-207-7070. 904-207-7070. 904-207-7070. Thank you to Dylan Denmark. My name's Rick Ballou. You're back to sports tomorrow night, 6 to 8, right here on your home of the Jaguars. Thanks to you all.